Hello, and welcome back to the Deep Root Depth. Last time I did the Fia stuff. I beat the Lich Dragon, fairly straightforward. Then I spent some time exploring this to the right. Today I'm going to explore this area. I left off dying to the Crucible Knight a few times, but I'm not really worried, and I'll continue fighting it. But after that, it will be finally time to start making my way through the Haligtree, which I might need to check something with regards to one of the quests, because I think I can make progress on... I know that the prosthesis woman is relevant for the Haligtree. I don't know if that's the next place or if there's somewhere I have to find her before then. That was just terrible. Terrible start. Does he react to this? Not at all. I mean, that's abusable. Oh, he has great reach. That is 100% abusable. And I can definitely take advantage of it, potentially. Definitely potentially take advantage is not correct words. That was just bad play. Yeah. Though, that was terrible play. I did terrible. But that does illustrate, I think, what makes the Crucible Knights reasonably dangerous. That they don't get staggered by anything. I think that there's probably some they can be staggered, but like most similar scale enemies that aren't, maybe even some bosses would have been at least staggered a little there. Not been able to get multiple attacks off as a ghost flame explodes in their face. But these guys can fairly consistently do that. Yeah, it's whatever. It's just what makes them more dangerous than similar enemies. But this is kind of lame abuse of their AI being kind of off. Can I explode him? Nope. Not quite enough. I mean, that's fine. They're low enough HP that they're not that dangerous. I just played poorly. They also do a lot of damage, but... that's probably Faith, but I'll check. Yeah, that's that. I have a little more to explore. I don't think there's any... Yeah, Faith. I don't think there's any other important enemies in this area. This should be pretty quick. Before I can go to kind of the worst, the Consecrated Snowfield is probably one of my least favorite areas. Let's go see what that looks like. Like, see if I can go for some... I don't love it, but it's not bad. But how does it match with this? I mean, the mismatch kind of works. I'll go with that for a bit. Just for some variety. Like, it's beneficial for damage. It's probably more likely for me to die quickly, but... It doesn't look... I mean, it looks awful, but it looking awful kind of works a little, in my opinion. Come on, group up. Hello. Oops. Too close. No, they're gonna shoot me. Okay. Yeah, they're not gonna cooperate and group up so I can blow them all up in one hit. That's lame. I wanted to use the Ash of War into the R2 to explode them all, but I can't. That's interesting. should have died there. Ooh, I haven't been using these enough. Yeah, okay. It'll be a bunch of exploration. That was weird. It took him a while to activate the stabbing. Just a weird enemy. Oh. Yeah. It'll be a lot of exploration today. Hopefully. So, something that I've been thinking about. Something that crossed my mind because of... I don't know what started me thinking about the Rick Mercer report, which is, well, it was a television show. I mean, it was a Canadian TV show. I don't know if it was broadcast anywhere outside of Canada. But it was a fun TV show. It had the host, Rick Mercer. Oh, I'm dead. It had the host, Rick Mercer. Oh, that's fun. I love the death animation because I should have splatted, but then I end on my feet. Pretty funny. The host, Rick Mercer, would do a few things every week and talk about current events. I think it's been a long time since it's been on the air at all, and B, since I've watched it. So I'm not totally confident. There's specific elements that I can remember, like how they would annually do like a spread the net thing where it was promoting a charity that provides mosquito nets. And I think they did it every year, and the winning school would... One of the winning schools, but all the winning schools, like high school, elementary, I can't remember how it specifically worked. The winning schools would be on the show for some reason. I think they did like, I don't know, outreach sort of activities to like sort of make the students invested in the opportunity. But yeah, that's the most specific thing that I can remember happened regularly. But I think a lot of the time they just did fun little weird things, and there was always a rant, usually that was like, oh, here's this bad... I almost died. Here's this thing that's happening that they think is awful or not a good thing. Can't remember any of the specific rants. But it was always in front of a graffiti wall, I think. In like an alley. Probably an alley in Toronto because I think it was recorded in Toronto. It was a fun show. It was always followed by a show that we never watched. This hour has 22 minutes. Which is like a reference to how 22 minutes... Like every half-hour long show is only 22 minutes long because of advertising, I think. More or less. But never watched it. So I don't know anything specific about it. Other than I think it was mostly a comedy sketch sort of show. That might have also been semi... news themed? I do not know. Yeah. Something made me think about the Rick Mercer report. Which in turn made me think of other TV shows that I enjoyed watching around then, before and after then, in my life. But then, this is, I think, much more interesting. There's a Mythbusters episode about sound effects reminded me of how the frog croaking sound that's in every movie, or most movies, TV shows and stuff, that's just like whatever. I can't replicate the sound. I would say ribbit, But what's interesting is about ribbit, not that. But yeah, it's all a sound that's made by a specific species of frog in Southern California, according to the TV show QI that does fact check most of their stuff, so it's probably true. But it might not be true. Like, that's what's supposedly the basis for that frog croaking noise that is well recognized, but I can't replicate because it's not a skill I have. But that made me think about ribbit, just the word ribbit, and supposedly the first example of the word ribbit, the first recorded example, might have been from an episode of the TV show Gilligan's Island, which then gets me on its own sort of rabbit hole, where just like episodes of Gilligan's Island were still being broadcast in the early 2000s, despite the fact that the last episode aired in like 1967. Like, yes, popular shows will air for a long time, but oops. It's all sort of relative. I don't know Full House, never watched it. I'm pretty sure it's a popular show. It was popular. Yet it's not the type of show that's still being broadcast now. And, I mean, Gilligan's Island, I'm pretty sure it's not being broadcast now, but it's just kind of an interesting... It being broadcast that long, and I never watched it. I don't think I've watched more than 5 or 10 minutes of an episode total of Gilligan's Island. I never watched the show. But the theme tune is unforgettable. There's like specific lyrics, because there's an entire story being told in the theme song. There's specific lyrics that I would totally have forgotten and have forgotten before I heard it again a couple days ago. But there's certain beats, certain lines that are impossible to forget, despite the fact that I've never actually watched the show. It's just it's just an exceptionally well crafted theme song. Like the line about a 3-hour tour. 3-hour tour. It's just so good. Oh, that was neat. It bounced off of him. Like, I threw this straight at him, and it bounced off and flew way over there. That was neat. Yeah. It's kind of the do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. Just, it is ingrained deep enough into my brain that I thought that it was something that had been used elsewhere. But supposedly not. Supposedly it is just a Gilligan's Island theme song thing. It's not from something else and then Gilligan's Island repurposed it for their own theme song. It is from the show. It's crazy how something that was so far before my time, given that it was barely in my parents' time. Barely might not be the right word. Like, it would have been when my parents were children. Yeah. Yeah. Not like toddler age, but children. The fact that something from then was being broadcast in the early 2000s, presumably because people watched it, obviously, or they had nothing else to do and people and it was well respected, so it wasn't like, oh, you're putting out garbage. It's just you're playing the hits. But anyway, it's kind of interesting, but it's also very, very clear how it was a product of the 60s, given that, I mean, you just listen to the theme song and it's like introducing characters. Like there's the millionaire and his wife, who in the, I'm gonna leave, I'm not gonna play this guy, it's not worth anything. Like in the end credits is just given the name Mrs. the name of their husband. And then if you search briefly this stuff, you'll find like wikis and whatever that give her a name. But that name is sourced from one episode where at the end of the episode it's revealed that it was incorrect. So it's not a definitive piece of evidence that that was her real name. And so in the show, they only call her Lovey, which is clearly a product of its age, you know? And it's not their, Lovey is not their real name. It's a manner in which they refer to her. And it's very, not very subtle. Very clear that it's from the 60s. And apparently even the first few episodes, the first season was in black and white. That says a great deal as well. I hate the Consecrated Snowfields. I hate this part of it. I know running this direction's not the fastest way out. I think if I just ran straight from where I came out of the cave, that's the correct path. And I want to get to the Haligtree and then come back to explore the snowfields later. But I felt like I never actually run this way. So I thought it would be kind of interesting to see what's over this way. Ooh, that dealt damage to me. Somber 8s, they're not bad. Michaela's Lily. Oh, hello. Yetis. Stop. I'm here to steal your loot. And then leave. Come on, give me something useful. Ugh. Worthless. It's just a torch. I'm also lost. I'm not super duper lost, but I am lost. Whoops. It's a dog. Whoop. Hey, I couldn't stand on that? Weird. I think back here is where I just came from. Yep. Let's go this way. Let's make sure they're not aggroed. Okay. I'm just gonna go back here. No, never mind. I'm actually where I want to be, sort of. I want to go this way. So I'm gonna run that way. And be careful not to fall off a cliff, because I think there's a cliff somewhere to the left. I should also ride a horse. Or a cliff right in front of me. Okay, not too far. Wolf howl to the left. Very... Oh, yeah, these guys. I hate them. It's a bear or a dragon? Bear or dragon? I want to know. Oh! Giant. Okay. Which means that there is a... There should be a mariner that way, right? I can't tell if that's a deadly fall. Looks like I should be able to slide down here, maybe? And then drop? Okay, good. I'm really not... This is why I don't like this zone. Not being able to see is not fun. But now I'm free. And I will have to go back there eventually. Except I'm going to go beat up a Yeti. They're very big if I'm calling them Yetis. I think they're a little bit too big to be called Yetis. Yeah, I was... For some reason I got into searching about... Ooh, that's probably Faith is my best guess, but maybe not. I guess I'm safe, nobody's attacking me. Oh, I'm not safe. Ooh, they two-shot me. That actually surprised me. I'm more focused on figuring out... I found the flowing curve thread though in my inventory. But yeah, I was looking at TV shows, and like, there's nothing... I didn't search super long, and I don't have access... I'm not subscribed to the Oxford English Dictionary, so I can't actually properly see via their website. Oh, it's nothing. It's just pure strength dex. Cool. That's actually fairly rare in this game. But I can't use the Oxford English Dictionary's like etymology. Oh, I don't need to go there. I already have the item. I can't use their etymology link, so I'm not sure. Because Ribbit being connected to that, there is a Mental Floss article, no idea how trustworthy they are, that links to what is like a Wayback Machine of something that looks like it was written like in the 90s at the latest. Like some really old looking, so I'll come back explore this area later. I would just want to get to the Haligtree first. Do some old, very old looking thing that was like 2 degrees separated, like it was it looked like an email exchange or something, but it also looked like an exchange on like forums, so I'm not really sure. That made a connection to the oops. Like it referenced how at some point in the 68 Ribbit was talked about in an episode of... Actually, just do a quick scout. I have a general idea of where they are. There's one over there. One there. I think that one there, maybe. I'm not sure. Definitely there. Definitely there. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. I don't think that's one now. I'm getting sidetracked from the definitely, without a doubt, more interesting story of Ribbit and its citations. Oh, I should probably interact with this, huh? Yeah, Ribbit was in an episode in the mid to late 60s. And that might be the earliest citation of it, which also indicates that it hasn't been around for very long. So this is the last one. That's easy. One here. And then those 3 towers. I need to be very careful because this is very annoying to do. I just need to... I'm just going to go for it. The best thing would be to plan, like, oh, go up here first, get that, get the one down below, then go to there, go to there. But I think rooftop, get this one, follow the roof, get that one. That one might be jumpable, I'm not sure. If it isn't, then get the one down there first, and then go for that one. I don't know, I'll figure it out. I'll probably try... see if there's a way up here first, and then go from there. Yeah, there's no way up there. There might be a way up further this way, because I'm pretty sure I can't use my horse. Yeah. It's just the etymology of words is always... well, it's not always interesting. But it's often... yeah, that's where I want to go up. Right there. So go up there, and then I can go back to this one here. Like, the etymology of words can be very interesting when there's deep context, when there's some, like, story behind it. There's not always an interesting story. So I want to go... if I can go through there, I think I want to go through there and then run to the right. Or jump straight off here and go to the left. I think jumping off and going to the left might be better. Yeah. I talk too quickly. I could draw out topics, probably. I'm gonna go left first, see how it goes. I think there's a bunch of invisible assassins in this stage. In this state of the map. Oh, I should probably just do that right now, huh? I know there's a bunch of people that shoot at you. That's for sure. It should be fine. Ah, there's the invisible assassin. There should be a ladder somewhere near here. Oh, I just remembered that my path that I did it was based on this. Climbing up those awkward... I love getting one shot by invisible assassins. It's very fun. Like, left here, jump across, and then climb up that way, I think was the strat that I did. I mean, I knew those guys were there. I didn't think they would fully one-shot me. I guess I probably should accept that I need more vigor, given that from a game perspective, it would probably be better if I didn't get completely one-shot there. Do I have to light it every time? I can't remember. But I think it's over... I had a ladder, and then I lost it. I don't know how I lost the location of the ladder. Was the ladder on the other... Oh, the ladder was there, wasn't it? I'm going to go all the way around. It should be on the opposite side of this building, right? Yes, okay. I just have to go here, through that, all the way up here. Or just go straight out there. I was so close. I just didn't look in the right location. But I think the strategy that I used, or that I used at least one time, I died a ton of times trying it because I was getting shot at, but it's like, oh, I'm not running, but I'm running when I jump that way. I think you can kind of climb up via this. Okay, if I start by running here, it will maintain the run. No, it won't. But yeah, you can hop up here and then make your way over. Is probably what I will do. Yeah, I'll get that one up there, that one up there. And then if I can't get onto this roof from there, I might be able to jump that far. If I go here. Yeah, I might be able to do that. And if I miss it, I can climb via the rubble and then go the rest of the way. I'm not sure. I mean, there has to be a way up. So there must be... I might either be able to jump up there or there's a ladder somewhere nearby. Wrong direction. I should have jumped onto my horse sooner. Yeah. I think that's the plan. It should be easy. But I was talking about TV. And etymology. Well, etymology is just the source of words, but the source of everything is kind of neat. Like, when you know about the Jungle Book, I don't know whether it was a book that was written called the Jungle Book. It was written by, pretty sure, a white man named Rudyard Kipling. People liked him as a poet, I believe. He was definitely, he was almost certainly racist, as many people of his time were, but he was almost certainly racist. There were definitely a lot of things, but there's a lot of weird stuff about him. Like, he was well respected in his time, is my understanding, but like, he wrote... Actually, I want to check. Good. Yeah, we'll go that way. Okay. He wrote a dedication. I don't know what you want to call it. He wrote something for, like, Canadian engineers. Like, generally speak. Okay, I should have died there. Like, Canadian engineering in Canada, there is an Iron Ring ceremony, Iron Ring oath, whatever, that every engineer does, and they get a ring that's like, hey, care about people, do your engineering job to not ruin people's lives, etc., etc. Like, he wrote a dedication that gets read at the event that basically every every engineering every engineering graduate, well, you don't have to, but most engineering graduates in Canada go through the ceremony thing. That's like, it's incredibly dull, and you're not supposed to reveal what goes on in the ceremony because you're the only ones that are allowed there. The only reason for that is it adds a mystique, a flair. It's totally the most boring ceremony in the world. But it's funny because the whole, spoiling the dedication thing, it doesn't matter. There's a line that I don't remember word for word because I don't care. I probably have a copy of it somewhere, or I could probably find it online because it's not really that important to keep secret. But there's a line that's like, even if I mess up and, take a bribe to say, oh yeah, this is a good plan or whatever, stuff like that. Even if I mess up, I'll do better. It was very funny to see that existed. It's like, yeah, I might mess up. I might take a bribe to not do my due diligence in engineering, but I'll do better. I'm still an engineer. It's not like I get removed from this group. It's pretty funny. To the area. It's just such a silly thing that it exists to me. Now, there is a meaningful reason that exists. Like, it exists because a bridge in Quebec collapsed? I don't know if it exists because of that, but the rings for a while were made from the wrought iron that the bridge was made out of, and it's symbolic of do a good job so that bridges don't collapse, basically. That's so silly. Come on. What is this hitbox? Oh, what is that hitbox? He just missed. It's not a hitbox, it's aim, but yeah, it's pretty funny to me. And the whole ceremony is really goofy, honestly. Like, there were some things, I can't remember if it was like, despite the fact that the whole thing started with civil engineering, they didn't mention civil engineering in like the list of engineering professions, or they didn't mention environmental or geological, lots of stuff like that. Before it began, there was just a slideshow of noteworthy engineers that included like Tim Hortons and like, engineering feats, including the existence of Tim Hortons because Tim Horton or Tim Horton's buddy was an engineer. It's just it's so silly. And it's such a waste of time. Like, the message is positive, Try to not let profits, don't let other people lead you to make bad decisions and potentially risk people's lives. That message is good. But it's so, I don't know. It's hard to judge whether it's almost certainly, oh, okay, that was 2 bubbles stacked up, I think. It's hard to judge whether it's all a show of being self-serious, or if the people who organize it, the people who set up the events and all that, whether they actually think it's important. Like, I don't know. It feels like it's too self-serious. Like, yes, the message is good, but also no one really cares. It's just sort of, oh, hey, if you see somebody with a specific style of ring on their right pinky? I don't know. Like, I went through school. I have it. I don't wear it because it's a waste of time to wear it. I also got it in the wrong size, so it doesn't actually fit. Because I didn't care enough to actually properly measure the size of my pinky, and I even measured it on the wrong hand, and there's potentially slight variance there. It's just such a funny, like, I keep going back. The reason it exists, the message it is meant to promote is a good one, but it seems like they take themselves super seriously, which it could just be that they're playing it up. It's all pageantry and it's intentionally taking themselves too seriously as part of the, like, I don't know, image, the fun of it. Because there is certain, like, following along with the desired image has, like, is something that occasionally has value, like, not just eschewing everything just because it's a little over the top. But it is some of the goofiest. Like, it's a super over, like, it's no one but the people getting their rings are allowed into the ceremony. You're not allowed to record any of it. Like, it's so... I mean, that adds, like, a fun, like, haha, it's... Okay, reshot by an ant. It adds a fun, potentially fun, oh, it's a sneaky secret society that's not really a secret society because it's not secret. But it's just funny. I assume it's hard to, like, the ceremony itself, at the time we had to be there, the ceremony itself took maybe 30 minutes to an hour, but the time it took, you know, just sitting around beforehand, it felt like the whole thing probably took 2 or 3 hours for a ceremony that itself was at most an hour long. Like, it's just a complete waste of time. And yeah, pretty goofy. Now, admittedly, I'm also, like, not one who has any interest in the, you know, oh, I'm part of this group, it's so important to me. It doesn't matter. So, like, maybe there's people who get a lot out of the pageantry, but it just doesn't make sense to me. Also, I hate this section of the Haligtree because it's vertical, obnoxious. Oh, there's a bunch of ranged units shooting at you that you can only shoot back at them. You can't melee them to death, so you'd have to use a bow and arrow probably, because I don't think the magic would necessarily reach them. Like, you'd have to shoot them from far away to get rid of them. You'd have to change your playstyle if you wanted to actually kill them. I'm glad I actually hit the ant. It's just a very annoying portion of the game, of the Haligtree specifically, which is part of the game, so it's an annoying part of the game, but I don't know if I can backstab this guy. It's probably better to go for an explosion. I was expecting slightly more there. Oh, yeah, kind of. Oh, I missed. Okay, good. I think the explosion did more damage than a backstab would have. Envoy crown. That could look funny. Oops, I missed. think I should switch weapons when I'm fighting these guys. The good thing is... Oh, they do so much damage with that. Wow, oops. Okay, I didn't fall off a cliff. Good. Whoop. They do so much damage that would have killed me if it hit me. Yep. It's mostly the shot does 80% of my HP, which is kind of... Sorry. Over the top. Considering it's a range-based attack. Maybe if I go back to less squishy armor, it will be good. Is this the one... No. Oh. Traces of power yet remain, which muffles the sound of footsteps. That could be useful. Maybe I use it for a bit. No, that looks really bad. I have a better helmet. I don't want to use the crow. It's not crow. Black knife hood. It doesn't look terrible, it's just a hood. Actually, I like the cloak part. Maybe if I use this with... Oh, it doesn't have its... Darn. It's just a hood. I thought the flowing... Whoops. I thought the flowing, like, very see-through cape was part of the hood. I guess it still could be. Okay, it isn't. What a shame. It would have looked very nice. I think it would have looked nice with this. Gives me better defense. Maybe I won't get killed so quickly. I might fall here and die. But yeah. Oop. I missed. Run. I just want my runes back, because I have a lot of runes saved up. I didn't die this far back, but I guess this is where it snapshotted it. The issue with these ants is they have ranged attacks, which makes them significantly more dangerous. This weapon's pretty good, though. That fire is very effective against ants. I want to just go get to the next grace before I wrap up today, because it's about time that I stop. But I kind of don't want to rush past this. Oh, he didn't stay in the fire. Let's drink that. Okay, I don't think I've any real reason to go this way. But I don't know if I've ever actually explored right here. Oop. And this place is right by the grace still. Okay, good. Why that? Oh, I guess I could have gone that route. No, you can't. It's just a way back to the grace for some reason. I don't know why that path exists. I could try jumping down there. I will not. I'm gonna go straight towards the grace. The next grace, and hopefully make it. It's pretty rough. It's a pretty rough run. Because you get shot by a bunch of bubbles. Some of which appear on you, some of which fly at you. That guy is like an artillery bubble. I could go down that way. But I think what I want to do is run straight here. And hopefully not die. Scarlet Rot's not an issue if I'm on the correct item. I don't have this equipped. Hope I don't die before I get to it. Good. Oh, wait. It still applies, right? Yes, it does. It uses a crazy amount of FP, though. Wow. A lot of FP just to clear Scarlet Rot. I think just using the Preserving Boluses would be a better choice than that. That's a fight against a Horse Rider? Yeah, I got to here at least. I can go back if I want to explore back up there a little more. I probably should, instead of just totally forgetting about it and never coming back. I should probably do it right away. I'm thinking I'm not even at millennia. I think I'm gonna get to 40 vigor, or work towards 40 vigor, because I'm getting one shot, two shot by ants, so I should get to 40, I think. And yeah, it's 43 and 44, so I think it's still pretty good. It might even be the optimal HP growth. I can't remember where the optimal is, but it's near here, I think. So aim for 40, because I don't want to be one shot by ants anymore. And then I will continue next time exploring. I'm going to explore back here a bit first, and then I will continue through the tree. The tree will take a while to get all the way through. It's unlikely that I will make it to the end. Let's just use those from here. Actually, wait. Guess what? There's a whole mechanic that I've forgotten all about. I can just do that. I forgot all about the mechanic of having quick things there. Well, I even have an empty left here that I haven't used. But yeah, I'll continue next time here. I have no real fun topics to talk about. Well, I actually have a TV show. I could talk about TV shows that I watched when I was younger, and how they were fun, but probably not that popular given that they got canceled. And I think objectively speaking, they weren't exceedingly good. They were just fun. Yeah, I will continue right here, and I will try to collect what I missed from this section before moving further into the Haligtree. So, have a nice day. Bye-bye.